This little known secret will always make a man chase you. This will always make him just be so, like, you'll be so seductive and so juicy and so, like, you'll just like, and it's one of the things that men love about me. And yes, this is by increasing your feminine energy, you increase your magnetism, we all know that. But one of the aspects of seduction and magnetism and feminine attraction that is often not talked about is this little secret. And it's so simple, but so powerful. And sometimes the most simple things really lead to the most magnetism. And the simple thing is your faith, your woo-woo, your ability to connect to the unseen realm. And I know a lot of you guys are thinking, what are you talking about? Faith has nothing to do with attraction and magnetism. Like, that's not sexy. That's not something that draws people in. Because yes, we can have the looks. Like, we can get our looks on point, we can get our energy on point, and we can do all the other things that I talk about in other videos. But faith and truly having faith is one of the most sexy and feminine things that men freaking love, because it is one of the things that do not come naturally to the masculine. You see, the masculine mind is very much so about logic. It's very much so about what they can see in front of them, what logically makes sense, and that, like, you see how logical, square. Feminine energy is the circle, it's the cycle, it's the always ever moving, it's the curve, it's the ability to tap into the unseen realm. And whether you are religious or whether you are just a woman who is tapped into her magic, her woo-woo, right? Her manifestation ability, a woman who prays, a woman who like really is able to tap into the unseen realm. Like, that's our gift as women. And in order to manifest, in order to do a spell, in order to pray, the one thing that you have to have that links us all together is faith. Having faith means being able to surrender. And this is one of the most uncomfortable feminine things to do. Like, it's one of the hardest things, especially if you struggled with your feminine energy. But it is the thing, it's the secret that makes you so seductive. It's being able to surrender. It is being able to truly let go and have faith that you'll be carried. It's like when you are able to do a trust fall and have so much faith, whether you believe in God, the divine masculine, the spiritual world, you have so much faith that you can let go and allow and surrender. That you are tapped into your woo-woo side, that you are able to set intentions, you are able to manifest for people, you are able to live that divine life, you're tuned into your divinity. And this is, like I said, this has nothing to do with just being religious or just being spiritual. We all will have our own way of doing it. What this looks like for me, men are so attracted to the mystery of a woman, to the mystery of a feminine. Like, they love it. It intrigues them, because when they don't naturally understand the spiritual world like we do. And whether it's a religious thing, you see, religion comes from a place of just like, okay, these principles. But the spiritual, that is the direct connection that you have with source that men just don't quite understand like we do. Let me give you an example of this. I often talk to men who are more open-minded, and they can be men who are super successful and super business and super driven, and they're making like millions of dollars a year in their business, whatever the case is. But when I talk to them about how I like doing a ritual, how I like doing a little magic, how I like doing a little spell work, like I talk to them about, that side of myself that most of the time you feel like you gotta hide. Like how I believe in crystals, how I believe in healing, how I'm able to heal and do certain things. Men freaking love it because it's something that they don't understand. And let's say you're a religious woman. When you talk about how you are able to really access that divine energy within you, and that you can work with God, and that you can pray for your man and X, Y, and Z, that's the thing that really like makes you stand out against a woman who has no faith. Faith is feminine energy, because ultimately when you have faith, whether you're religious or spiritual, whatever, you have this innate ability to trust, to surrender, to let go, to allow yourself to be guided and to be held and to be guided by something higher than you, guided by something inside of you, guided by something outside and inside, all of it. You are able to actually let go into that. And once you get to that place and you can actually surrender and not try to control everything. A lot of women, they're in their masculine energy, so they try to control everything. They try to control their relationships, they try to control their man, they're trying to control their life, and you don't allow the juiciness to unfold. And that is one of the most attractive things that you can ever do, really building a relationship with faith. Whether you are religious or spiritual, in order to do a spell, you have to have faith that it's actually going to come true for you. In order to believe in God, you have to have an understanding of having faith in something that you can't see. Women are naturally in alignment with that side of things. But when we start to get too in our heads and into our logic, and we lose touch with our rituals, we lose touch with our magic, we lose touch with that smoke and like the incense, we lose touch with that side of ourselves. We lose touch with our seduction, because that's the mystery. That's the thing that they can't understand as much as we do. And that's one thing that I notice with men who are in alignment with long-term relationships with women. I just love her spirit. I love how she is just so, like, she has so much faith. I love how she's so mystical. I love how she's so wise. Like, I hear that over and over and over again. So don't lose touch of your intuition. Don't lose touch of your woo-woo. Don't lose touch of your magic. Don't lose touch of your connection with God. Don't lose touch with your source, because when you are guided by source, you become powerful. When you are guided from that inner wisdom, you walk with a certain level of power and magic and divinity, and it just speaks. Your energy speaks. You don't got to do too much. Your energy speaks. And that's the missing key that truly makes you irresistible. So whatever you got to do, whatever culture you come from, I don't care. I love it all, okay? Whether you got to go to church, whether you got to get out your Bible, whether you got to get out your Quran, whether you got to go to the altar, whether you got to talk to your ancestors, whether you got to go back to the motherland, whether you got to go back to China, whether you got to go back to the ancient rituals and practices your ancestors did, whatever it looks like to you, don't lose touch of that source. Don't lose touch of that faith. Don't lose touch of that unseen energy of being able to connect to that, because that is how you receive. And receptivity, the ability to receive the message, to receive the downloads, to access that wisdom, that's what makes you stand out against people who just think looking good is enough. Hell no. But yeah, that is one of the little secrets to truly feminine women. Feminine women, I see this all the time. Another way that this shows out, I noticed that, I don't know, this could be controversial, but I noticed that a lot of the times, women who are very truly spiritual, they naturally just glow and radiate a certain way. They have that extra little oomph. But that's that connection that they have with their divinity. Like, that's it. That's it. So if you want help when it comes to activating your intuition, learning how to get into your woo-woo, getting into your magic, learning that you are a goddess and this is your natural domain. Like, women are the queens when it comes to spiritualism. Like, we don't have to do too much to be able to have access to source. Source runs through us. That's why we have the ability to create life. We are the source and we are the portal. So once you understand that on that mystical level, you realize, like, okay, this is who I am. Like, I don't have to do too much to access God. God is around me, God is in me. And that's power. There's a oomph to it. Like, there's a oomph. So if you want help with doing that, check out my Goddess Club, Rich Goddess Club, down below, where we have courses, classes, communities, rituals. I download channeled rituals on there. I have other spiritual teachers come on and talk. I have people that don't even talk about spirituality. We talk about money, finances, all of it, because you get to live an overall 5-star life. So check out the club down below, and if you are watching this video right now, use code GODDESS15 for 15% off your first month of membership. Okay? Peace!